Alright guys, welcome back to another Roblox video, and today I'm gonna play some Gunfight Arena. It was a pretty long time since I played this, but I'm gonna show you guys the best loadout in this game in my opinion. So the first one we're gonna look at is the primary weapon. So I usually play with the G11 or the M60 right down here. The M60 have gone up in price like crazy, but like I think it was like 10 million before. Now it's at 75 million, and I think that's because before, when it was 10 million, they like nerfed the weapon that you had like 80 ammo instead of 100. So now it does like 80 to 90 damage per per shot, and then it also has 100 ammo like it was before. But I usually play with this gun because I don't know, I like this gun, and it's a lot cheaper. It's like 11 million. It's still a pretty big amount of money, but I really like this weapon. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a bit how this weapon is. It is nice when you're aiming. It is a pretty nice scope or thing it has to aim with, but I usually play with like non-aim, as you guys can see, like this. And you guys can also see if I aim, it's gonna be pretty easy to aim. And you guys can also see here if I respawn, you have 101 ammo like it was at the beginning of like when this gun released to the game, I think so. Because when I got into this game, this gun had 101 ammo like ready to go, and then for a bit of time later on it just got nerfed down to 81, like 84 ammo or something like that. But now we're back to 101 ammo, and I feel like this weapon is a really good weapon. It is pretty expensive if you don't have the money for the weapon. If you have the Robux instead, you can buy it with Robux. I'm not sure if you can buy every single weapon with Robux, but if you want to buy this weapon for Robux, it's gonna cost you like 2.3k Robux, I believe. That's a pretty large amount of Robux, but it's still worth it if you're gonna like play with this. Okay, it's not really worth it to buy it from Robux. I think you should grind for the money instead, but it is a lot of money, so I'm not really sure what is the best. But then we also have the G11. I'm gonna show you guys what this is for type of weapon. So the aiming on this weapon is not the best, as you guys can see here. It is fine, but it is a bit too small to like see through. And I'm gonna show you guys here. What's it? And I think they took him out now. There you go. So this weapon also does like, I'm not really sure how much it does, like 35. It shoots pretty fast. If you get pretty good shots, then you can get a shot of like, I don't know, 50 or something like that. So it is pretty easy to use this weapon. Like I said, I don't know why, but I really like this weapon, and I normally play with this weapon. I think I'm gonna go over to the M60 maybe later on, but this weapon is still really good. So for the secondary weapons, you can play with like any, actually. I don't really often use those secondary weapons, but if you go out of ammo on the primary, then you can just choose one of those weapons here. And this weapon, I think this weapon is new, and this is a really good weapon. It is the M45A1, and if I go into match and show you guys this weapon, you're gonna see that it takes like 50 damage per shot. So this gun is 2-shot, and if you guys can hit the shots, I can't really hit my shots on this weapon but if you guys hit the shot, as you can see there, I got a 30 or like 49 damage on the player. So it's a pretty good weapon. It does like insane damage. It is almost like the G11. But this weapon is, I think, almost always 2-shot. If you don't get like a 30 damage or something like that, then it's like it'll be 3-shot. It is still a really good secondary weapon to use. Then we have streaks. I always suggest you guys to have the radar, and then you can also, if you want to, you can take the akimbo. I have the hunter drone equipped, the force field, and then I bought the laser minigun. The laser minigun is really good. If you don't have the laser minigun, I suggest you guys to use the nuke. I'm not really sure how much the nuke is, but and if you really want to get the minigun, then you can get the normal one. But the laser minigun is freaking insane. I think the laser minigun also does like 2-shot or maybe like 1-shot sometimes. It does 75 damage, but because it's like shooting so freaking fast, it does I think it does 2-shot, but it feels like it does like 1-shot. So I'm gonna see if I can get the laser minigun here. I'm getting drawn by this guy all the time. Oh, someone. Now we have the laser minigun, guys. Go ahead and equip this. Let's go ahead and equip the force field too. You're gonna see, guys, that this weapon is insane. But like I said, I suggest you guys to use the G11 or the M60 if you have one of those. So on the secondary weapons, I suggest you guys to have maybe the Deagle, maybe some other weapon, but I suggest you guys to have the M45A1 because it does like 50 damage every shot, and that's gonna be like 2 shots and then it's dead. Then the guy is dead. But it's pretty insane. And then we also have streaks, and I suggest you guys to always use the radar and almost always use the force feed. You can also get the 100 drone if you want to, then also the laser minigun or the nuke. That's the best weapon loaded in this game in my opinion. If you guys own any of those prestige weapons, I suggest you guys to get like the laser rifle or the laser LMG. I'm gonna test it out once I get it, because I'm not really sure still if these two are good. Maybe those are good, I'm not sure. I'm gonna test it out. So I'm almost at prestige 14 and I'm able to get this laser LMG. I've been waiting to get this laser LMG for so long that it's freaking crazy. But yeah, if you guys like this video and if you want more of those loadout or anything else videos of this game or any other game, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.